Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Los Artilleros, the series we have on this channel where we talk all things Arsenal, and obviously cover all the games that Arsenal play and give a reaction to it. So let's just get straight into it. Winning the first game of the season was awesome against Palace, much needed, quite rare as well, like I said. So we had to go straight into that with a game the following week against Leicester at home. Really different transfer window for them. Quite weird. They've not really spent it. They spent the money on a new keeper because Schmeichel actually left. um, not quite sure why. I think he just wants a new challenge, but I think that was a bit of a surprise. Apart from that, they've not really spent any money. So obviously, we've been linked with Tielemans the whole summer. Fofana's probably going to go to Chelsea. Madison might be leaving, so they're looking like they're being gutted at the moment. But they may keep all of those players for all I know. So yeah, it was a difficult game. Obviously, at home we have a bit of a decent record against them, and we carried on that record. We ended up winning 4-2. And it was a really good game. I mean, conceded 2 goals on the face of it sounds bad, but um, it's an unlucky own goal by Saliba. We'll get that to that in a minute. But basically, really good goal, really good win. Really good goals all round, should I say. Gabby Jesus got his first 2 goals of the season, which is awesome. Absolutely immense player, probably our best player at the moment. So good. He's just really rejuvenated and reinforced our attacking options. It's great. The burden's not only on Saka anymore. And his link up play with Martinelli and Saka and Odegaard's immense. And obviously, Granit Xhaka went and got quite a rare goal, really good goal as well. But really good to see him quite further forward now. He seems to be the one that's going forward, linking up with Erdegaard and the rest of the attackers while Partey stays back with all the defenders. So that's pretty cool. That was good to see. And then obviously Martinelli goes and gets to the fourth goal, which is I think what we needed because it was 3-2 at the time. And excuse me, and yeah, James Madison scored a goal. I mean, well done. I think the own goal for Saliba was unlucky. And the way the Arsenal fans, like, in the stadium just cheered him on and, really made Saliba really feel like, okay, that was a mistake. We still love you. You're still doing a great job. So well done. So that was really good. So credit to the fans there at the stadium. That was really cool. And he must have really enjoyed that because he ends up going on to have a really good game at Bournemouth, which was the second game we played. So let's just get it up. So obviously, most of you probably know we won that 3-0. I can't remember the last time Arsenal completely dominated a game from first minute to the last minute. Bournemouth were nowhere near in this game, and I wasn't expecting them to. I mean, they've not really bought anyone similar to Leicester. I think both are going to struggle this season. But Bournemouth in particular have a championship squad. They've got a squad that they had when they were in the championship, and has obviously come up with them. So it's a championship level squad. No disrespect to Bournemouth. I love Bournemouth. I really hope they stay in the Premier League. It's a bit better with them in it, if that makes sense for me anyway. But yeah, we absolutely dominated this game. Like, I can't even express. We were 2-0 up in 10 minutes. Odegaard getting 2 goals. Apparently, it's the first time he scored 2 goals in the game since he was in Norway. This is way before he was at Real Madrid, which is awesome. He was getting criticised. He needs to score more goals, blah blah blah. I mean, he's our assister, really. He's a link up guy. He's the guy that's gonna connect all of our attackers together and put through balls in and crosses in, and he's gonna be our assister. But people still going, no, he needs to score more goals. Well, he pops up and scores a goal. The first goal was a bit of a reaction poach goal, but like he was running forward, so he kind of had to stick his leg out behind him to kind of grab the ball and just tap it into the goal. So it wasn't like he was just standing there and he just tapped it in. He had to react lightly and quick to it because it came back at him at pace. Um, that was pretty cool. And then he goes and scores an absolute worldie, in my opinion. It's funny, like Jesus was going one way and Erdogan was going the other way, and you didn't really know who was going to shoot. Erdogan basically just smashed it. They could have injured each other if they'd both gone for the ball at the same time. They could have injured each other, but Jesus, I think, realized at the last split second that he was probably in the worst position. So he kind of let Erdegaard smash it in. It was a really good goal. Quite funny though. It's quite funny how it happened, but the keeper probably at one point didn't know who was on the shoot, so that might have been why he was wrong footed. But it was a really good goal by Odegaard. Really good to see him score twice. Obviously, 2 goals. When you're at 11 minutes in the Premier League game and you're 2-0 up, you pretty much know you're going to have a decent game. And then we just saw it out. We just controlled the game, kept the possession. Like we almost had 200 more passes than they did. And, obviously 60-40 possession. 60% possession away is decent. Like, it's pretty good. You're not going to get away with that quite often, so that's good. Bear in mind, this was a game that I expected to win. I mean, I saw a banana skin happening. I'm thinking, we would lose against Palace, and we would win against Palace and Leicester, but lose against Bournemouth. That's an Arsenal thing to do. But we absolutely bossed this game. But it is, like I said, it's a championship level game. Leicester have been poor this season. They've not strengthened the transfer window, like I said, so you have to take that win with a pinch of salt as well. James Maddison's going to pop up with goals. He's blatantly going to be their best player unless they've signed anyone. So I think out of the three, probably the Palace away is the one hard game I think we had so far in the 3 games we played. But you have to beat you have to beat who you play, and Palace away last season. I think we lost that last season. So, it's no mean feat to go there and get a win. And I think they're going to be really tough. And I think a lot like Chelsea. I don't know, I can't remember whether Chelsea played at Selhurst Park, but Chelsea found out that, Palace they're no pushovers. It's not easy to go to Palace and win. So, but Leicester's a bit of a different story. Bournemouth as well. I mean, I love Bournemouth, but I don't see them staying up. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. So, yeah, I mean, on one hand, yes, it's brilliant. And I am enjoying the fact that we're top of the league. I'm enjoying the fact that we're the only team that has 3 wins in the first 3 games of the season. Awesome. But you have to keep your head on the ground, feet on the ground. Obviously, winning the league is not really a target that we set out with as Arsenal fans. We set out for, okay, this is now the point where we get top 4. We have to finish this season with Champions League football. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Arteta has no excuses now. The team is basically, I'd say, 90% his. If we get another centre mid in, maybe another winger. I'm not too fussed about another winger, but another centre mid, another quality centre mid. Tielemans would be perfect for me. Just get him in. Brilliant. He can compete with Partey and Xhaka and all that lot. So because Elneny's great, but he's not a step up on them. He's not on Xhaka's and Partey's level. But Elneny will do a job for you periodically. We can't rely on Elneny on his own. So yeah, there's no excuse now, for me anyway. I'm pretty sure for everyone else, like, we have to have Champions League football, and if we don't finish with Champions League football this season, I think serious questions need to be asked. I mean, I love Arteta at the moment, I love what he's done, all in all I think was great. The team is clearly better than it was this time last season, obviously. I mean, it's opposite ends of the spectrum, isn't it? So, between the first 2 games this season, the first 2 games last season, complete opposite end. So, right down to the goals scored. I think last season we had 9 goals conceded, no goals scored, and this time we've got 9 goals scored. I think, or 7 goals. I think it's 7 goals. I don't know, but we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. So, we're clearly going in the right direction. So I wouldn't want to sack Arteta. Even if we don't get Champions League football. But if we don't, then serious questions need to be asked, because we should be. This team should be in the Champions League. Gutted, the draws obviously happened last night. It sucked. How teams like this Chelsea team, this Spurs team are going to get spanked in the Champions League, and I can't wait to see it. But I really wish in this kit as well. All of our Arsenal kits deserve to be in the Champions League this season, but it is what it is. So that's pretty much it. We've got an interesting one now of 3 or 4 games actually. Let me just get the fixture list up. I'm pretty sure it's Fulham up next. Yeah, it is. So Fulham up next at home, and then Villa at home, and then United away, and then Everton at home. That's and then obviously Brentford away. So let's get straight into it. So Fulham are a surprise. Like I tweeted out as soon as we won against Bournemouth. I tweeted out like I'm really keen to see how Saliba and Gabriel handle Mitrovic because he's going to be an absolute pain this season for everyone. Um, he's already proved that he's, I would say, Premier League quality now. He's having a really good start to the season. Let me just put it that way. Whether he can keep that up for the whole season is up for debate. But he's had a brilliant start, and he's caused Liverpool problems. Liverpool being a bit of a dip, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. But still, he's we've struggled in the past with really strong, powerful, tall centre forwards. For me, that's the first test. The first real test. I mean, Palace was the first test, in my opinion. Leicester and Bournemouth are teams that we should be beating. Fulham, I think, is the first real test. Not a massive test, but the first test after Palace. Whether we can keep Mitrovic quiet, it'll be interesting to see if we can keep a clean sheet in that game. I fully expect us to win. We are better than Fulham. We're good enough to beat Fulham at home. Especially the way that our home fans have been since last season. I think we're going to win this game. And then Villa has been a bit indifferent. There are already talks about Gerrard being worried about his job. Rightfully so. I think he's had a very indifferent start to the season. I think we should be beating Villa at home. And then I think the first big test will be Man United away. Man United's a funny story. I mean, I could make a whole video about Man United, but I won't. But basically, my opinion is, that it would be so Man United if they lose to Brentford, lose to Bayern, beat Liverpool, and then lose to Southampton. I mean, it's difficult because you don't really want them to get on a really good run just before you play us, especially when we go to Old Trafford. We don't particularly do well at Old Trafford. We've had a couple of decent wins there recently, but overall we're pretty poor at Old Trafford. You don't want them to start getting a run of 2 or 3 decent results before playing us. I fully expect them to lose against Southampton. I think those United players put the effort in because it was Liverpool, and Liverpool lost that game. United didn't really win that game for me. Liverpool lost it. Liverpool decided to be trash. There's something weird going on with Liverpool at the moment. Their weird result against Fulham, and this result as well against United. I think Liverpool on a bit of a dip. So it's not like United were playing Liverpool at their top, at their best, So I have to take that with a pinch of salt. For me, I feel like the United players gone, okay, cool. We've shown up. We've done some actual work. We're good now. And I fully expect them to lose against Southampton. I don't see them with the same intensity as they did against Liverpool. But we'll have to wait and see. But that's the big test for us. If we can go to Old Trafford, and get a win, that's huge. That for me, that would be the point where people can start going. If we win all 3 of those games, and we beat Man United, and if it's comfortably 2-0, 3-0, whatever, 3-1, whatever, then I will start going, okay, maybe the league is up there. But then after that, we've got Everton away, should be completely winnable. I think we lost against Everton last year, which was absolutely diabolical. And this season is no excuse. We should not be losing to Everton. Trash team. Lampard's odds on for the first manager to get the sack. Maybe Brendan Rodgers gets it. Maybe Gerrard gets it. Maybe Eric Ten Hag gets it. Lol. But yeah, we should be winning against Everton. Again, it's a game that we could lose because it's Arsenal, but we should be winning. And then obviously Brentford away. Brentford away gives me nightmares about last season. Although I think last season was at home. I can't remember. But Brentford away is going to be tough. They've strengthened a little bit. They got a result. They battered Man United. So they could do a job against us, and we have to be on form. Um, takes us up to the first international break, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, those 5 games, I would say they're all winnable. But teams like Everton, teams like Brentford, um, I mean, all the home games we should be winning. We should be winning against Villa and Everton at home. Um, the 2 away games are going to be difficult, Man United especially. But there's every chance that we can get 5 wins out of those games. And if we do, I think if we go into that first um, international weekend or whatever, top of the league with, I don't even know how many points it would be, 15, it'll be what, 14 points? Yeah, my math's terrible, but yeah, if we go top of the league, if we're top of the league, we get 5 wins, we've got 8 wins out of 8, mate. People are gonna have to start taking us seriously as title contenders. But just jumping down a bit, obviously we've got Fulham next, and that'll be a good game. And then obviously we've got Villa after that, and then we'll take the Man United game as it happens. But yeah, so far so good. You know, we can't ask more from the team. They've done really well. Is that 2 clean sheets now? Not bad. Um, Ramsdale still has a couple of dodgy moments. I don't know why. I think he's trying to do too much sometimes. Um, just needs to calm down a little bit and just do the basics and it should be fine. But that's pretty much the only criticism really. I'm not criticizing any team, any players. I think they've all done outstanding for 3 games and it's great. So long may that continue. But yeah, anyway guys, I don't want to ramble on too much. Let me know who your player of the season is so far. Obviously Gabriel Saliba scored an absolute worldie. I haven't even talked about that. Scored an absolute worldie against Bournemouth. Mate, when your centre back is curling one in from distance, one touch into the top corner, like your team's on something because that's your centre back. I mean, I would have been happy if Gabriel Jesus scored that, or Saka scored that, or Odegaard scored that, but the fact that it was our centre back, like. Like we definitely got better with our set pieces. So congratulations to the set piece coach. I know that you celebrated with Arteta after that goal, so yeah, well done. Great, it's great. Um, yeah, so hopefully for me, get a new centre mid in. It's only a couple more days now. I think it's like a week left of the transfer window. I want a new centre mid in. Anything happens to Xhaka or Partey, we're in real trouble. Um, I think we should get. I mean, Lukonga's still there, but did he go on loan? I can't remember if Lukonga's gone on loan or not. But we've really only got El Neni anyway, so we're going to keep El Neni, I think, to the end of this season. I think we gave him a year's extension. Um, we need another centre mid. So, like Tielemans, I don't know why we haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. We should be. Maybe Arsenal playing the long game, trying to whittle some money down, but like put the money down the table. Let's just get this done. Get him in. A new centre mid in, and possibly a right-sided winger. That's for me. That's it. I don't think we need another striker. I think we're good there. Um, Even a winger is a bit. I mean, Pepe's just got out loan to Nice. That was announced yesterday, but even wingers. I mean, we've got Smith Rowe on the bench. I mean, he's a bit more of a left-sided, so we need for me, a predominantly right-sided winger. Marquinhos might come in and do the job there. He's done really well in the under 23s and the 21s, but it looks like Arsenal are a bit hesitant to bring him in. Maybe they just want him to really settle in first, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if we get another centre mid in, especially, and a top quality one as well, there's no reason why we can't go on a bit of a run. So exciting times so far, and exciting times to come. So let me know who your best player of the season so far is. Who haven't I mentioned? I mean, obviously you mentioned. I pretty much mentioned everyone. And well done to Ben White for doing a job at right back. That's pretty good. It's taking a bit of the pressure off Tomiyasu. We're not rushing him back like we would have done. Tierney as well. Shinchenko has done an absolute sublime job at left back. Tierney's going to find it difficult getting back into the team, if on my opinion. But we've got to have big squads. We've got Europa League games. We've got 35 more league games. We've got at least 6 Europa League games, not including the EFL Cup games and the FA Cup games. We've got a lot of games this season, and yeah, why not have two or three players per position? Like, great, especially our front forward line. Our forward line can move around and swap places and stuff. It's crazy, but yeah, so far so good. I'm going to stop rambling now. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the games. What was your best game? I would assume Saliba's going to get the goal of the season, but who do you think scored the best goal of the season so far? And what do you think? Get your predictions and what do you think we're going to do with the games coming up? So, yeah, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys. Should be next week. Work, depending. I should be able to get a video out by Sunday, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy it while you can, because that's what I'm doing. You gotta enjoy it while you can. So yeah, take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon.